So I just want to make clear I haven't called anyone, I haven't got any sources, but this is just me reading between the lines. And I instinctively believe HBO did not want Andre Ward to fight Triple G. And I'll start with one. The main reason why I say they didn't want Andre Ward to fight Triple G is because if they're giving a 3-fight deal and one of the fights that he has to fight has to be Kovalev. One, Kovalev is, excuse me, Triple G is a much more popular fighter than Kovalev. And if you need proof, you can tell by the ratings that he did and the ticket sales that he did in Vegas this past summer in July, I believe. The ratings wasn't so hot. I didn't even go cover the fight, but I didn't go for other reasons, but um, it's more of a cash cow for Triple G to fight Andre Ward. And the reason why I know cash rules everything, um, you guys probably gonna finish that line if you hip hop heads, but the negotiations between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, they wanted a fair stake in that fight. They wanted a fair stake, and more important, the dividends. And it is absolutely 100%. No one cannot deny Andre Ward versus Triple G generates far more money than Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward. What HBO believes is Sergey Kovalev has a better chance of beating Andre Ward than Triple G has a better. And just bear with me for a second. I'll explain. Before this fight, before these negotiations has been going on before Saturday night's fight, and you can tell because it's finalized. HBO, they leaked this story because they're keeping you attached. You know what I mean? Because Sergey's fight has been canceled. Now he's going to fight early January, so they're keeping you attached. This story was not leaked by accident. So they want HBO Boxing to stay the #1 source for cable boxing. Um, Before this fight, Triple G was pretty much an unknown. Not an unknown in terms of popularity, but who is him? Who is he in the ring? Andre Andre Ward is a known commodity. He's the last American gold medalist. Deontay Wilder won bronze, so he's the last American gold medalist. And I believe, HBO believes he has a greater chance of beating Triple G than he has that of um, Sergey Kovalev. And I'll just make this clear. No fighter is afraid of anybody. I don't care what anyone say because cash rules. I will fight anyone for $1 million. And you will, and I know many of you guys will fight anyone, whether it's Mike Tyson, whether it's Triple G, whether it's Floyd Mayweather, whether it's Chocochito. It doesn't matter. I would fight anyone on this planet Earth for $1 million. And the same holds true for fighters. HBO was willing to give guaranteed monies. I believe they were willing to give Andre Ward more money to move up to 175 than to go down to 160 or catch weight Triple G. And the reason why I believe this is because if he signs that contract, that validates my assumptions or my assertions, because it's a bigger payday for him to go down and fight Triple G. But they believe, since they have Kovalev and Triple G under contract, that they can get more long-term money, especially if Sergey Kovalev defeats Andre Ward. You see what I'm saying? And Triple G goes 2 years before he fights Andre Ward, because they have to fight. They can't see the gift and the curse of PBC is these guys can't run from each other. You know, love it or hate, these HBO guys have to fight each other. Like Cotto Canelo, it was no place Cotto could go. You know, he done went everywhere he can go. Not that he was afraid of him, but if you're getting $20 million a fight to fight bums, I'm fighting for $20 million. I don't care what you say about me on social media and articles. I just made $20 million not giving 100% in training camp, knowing I'm better than this guy. You know, the one thing boxers hate is going, and I wouldn't say hate, but the sacrifices you have to make in your 30s. You guys understand, if you guys over the age of 30, the sacrifices you have to make to go to camp, and 6 week camp, 8 week camps, depending on what you do. It's tough. Sacrifice. You can't eat the food you want to eat. You have to preserve your testosterone, so you can't be around women, or you always have to be in. Your trainer has to keep you like a lion trapped inside of a cage, because he has to build that testosterone in you and that fierceness in you, especially in a big fight, you know. But getting back to my point, it's so much easier to make the Triple G fight Andre Ward a big event for May, because we don't have a fight this upcoming May. Like when we're anticipating a fight, it may be Triple G Canelo, it may be Triple G Cotto, we don't know. But it may be a rematch. Maybe if Cotto loses, maybe he has a rematch clause, which I would do. And then if I lose twice to Canelo, I would retire. I would retire. He'd probably make, what, 60, $80 million, counting pay-per-views and his merchandising, because the Puerto Ricans are going to buy, those flags and those shirts that they sell in the arena or at those certified places. That's Cotto gets a piece of that, and his team gets a piece of that. The authentic merchandising, that's all Cotto, or wherever you go to fights and you see the authentic merchandising, that's from that camp. So expect to see Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward. And like I say before, boxing is business before it's a sport. And from a business standpoint, this makes great sense. For Andre Ward, I'm not sure this is the best move, because I think Sergey Kovalev is a much nastier fighter than Triple G. I think Triple G is an easier opponent to prepare for than a Sergey Kovalev. Sergey Kovalev is one of the nastiest fighters you ever want to meet. He has a I don't want to get into it in this article, but there's something about him in black fighters. That picture he put of a monkey with Adonis Stevenson, he put it on his son. There's something to be said about that. I don't care if he is apologetic about it, but to have that thought in your head, knowing you currently live in America. So I don't want to hear he didn't know, he was naive. He's a grown man. You understand. So I won't get into that in this article. I want to keep it on. HBO did not want Triple G to fight Andre Ward because they believe Andre Ward has a greater chance to dethrone Triple G, and more importantly, derail the Triple G lightning speed train that's going lightning fast and going to heights that HBO hasn't seen, hopefully, since Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao took the world by storm, knocking everyone out. But that's where we're at in boxing. Boxing is a business. I wouldn't be mad. Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward is still a hell of a fight. I'll be there, especially if it's on this coast. That's one of the few fights that would tempt me to get on a plane and go cover. I really don't like getting on planes anymore. I did a lot of that in my 20s and my early 30s. I lived on airplanes, so I don't really enjoy the travel thing with going to these fights. I'll get on a 15 and drive to Vegas, or go anywhere in California, but I just don't like getting on planes any longer. But this is Barbershop Conversations. Let me know what you guys think. This was in the works previous to Triple G. Now, I would bet now that HBO has more confidence in Triple G watching him destroy David Lemieux now, because now they know he's a pure boxer. No one really knew. I believe, like as I told you guys, I think Triple G is the best fighter we have in boxing today. Like Manny Pacquiao, he was the best fighter we had. And the same holds true. We have the same dichotomy, but at a higher weight now. With Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. I think Andre Ward currently is the best boxer we have in boxing. There's no better boxer right now than Andre Ward, and there's no better fighter. People call him boxer punchers for this, but I'm gonna call him a fighter. There's no better fighter right now in boxing, more exciting than Triple G. Even his stale even his stale um, interviews are entertaining. Like I'm looking forward to him speaking English because it's very not entertaining, but now it's a part of him now. So I they have to do a better job at the backstory. I think HBO needs to do a 24 series with Triple G and talk about him winning the silver medal and his brother, he and his brother deciding, well, Triple G, you're the better fighter, so I'm going to take a back seat and I'm going to invest everything that we have in you so you can come to America and take over boxing. They need to do more of that story and how he met Abel Sanchez and so on and so on, because we don't know this. I know I know the story because I've interviewed them, but the rest of the world doesn't know these stories, and people get attached to backstories. No matter who we are, just like a Deontay Wilder story, the Floyd Mayweather stories, the Manny Pacquiao stories. Growing up poor and him giving back to his community and his country, for that matter. So, barbershop conversations. I'll stick by my source. I haven't spoke to any sources, but HBO did not want Triple G to fight Andre Ward before the David Lemieux fight. I'll just say that they believe because they want Sergey Kovalev and Triple G to be their fighters in the future. They want, and if they can get 2 fights out of Andre Ward, him fighting both of them, but if he beats both of them, wow. So Triple G is going to fight him, but they think they can get 6 fights out of Triple G, 4 to 6 fights out of Triple G before he actually has to fight Andre Ward and put his O at stake. Because no matter who he fights, 160 and below, Triple G is winning. And I encourage all you guys, same way I did Floyd Mayweather, you don't go opposite. Bet your money on the winner. If Canelo wins in impressive fashion against Cotto, if Cotto wins in impressive fashion against Canelo, the odds may go down. Put your money on the winner, Triple G. Put your money on Floyd, like Floyd Mayweather said in his final interview. You guys wasn't smart ones. If you guys would have rolled with me from day one, you guys would be rich. And he was right. If you bet your life savings every time Floyd Mayweather got in the ring, you would be living a much better life, especially the last 10 fights. Because Canelo, the Canelo fight, it was under 300. It was like 230, 240, minus 230, minus 270, I think it was, to get Floyd Mayweather, if my memory serves me correctly. And for Manny Pacquiao, it was like minus 230. You see what I'm saying? And Manny Pacquiao was the easiest fight. I had that fight 8-4. And so, I appreciate Floyd for that. I mean, he won me some coins. But let me know what you guys think. I instinctively believe HBO is making a power business move. Now they have, if you think about what PBC is doing, regardless of what PBC is doing, they have your full attention. HBO has your full attention now because all roads lead to great fights. You get what I'm saying? Like PBC, you don't know where their roads are leading to. They don't have lead-in fights to the mega fight. You see what I'm saying? Now HBO has the lead-in fights, all these mega fights. Canelo, Triple G, Sergey Kovalev, Andre Ward, Triple G, Cotto, Triple G, Cotto, Andre Ward, quite possibly. So, and then you got Tito as pound for pound. They don't want Triple G to be pound for pound because it's a business move. If Tito is a pound for pound guy, then that makes him more marketable. But let me know what you guys think. Barbershop conversations. I appreciate you guys' support. This is just me reading between the lines, turning over these tea leaves. I'll probably have some more intel as we get closer to Cotto Canelo. I'll do some interviews and make some phone calls and get some more intel. But barbershop conversations, I appreciate you guys' support, and I look forward to bringing you guys some more boxing content. Thanks, guys.